In the first phase, Barcelona were starting with a short pass from the goal kick. Barcelona centre backs were split alongside the goalkeeper, and Barca's fullback were providing width by staying high and wide. In the first phase, Athletic Club were pressing with sole man, and Barca had the number advantage of 3 versus 1 players in front of the Athletic Club's initial line pressure. In the first phase, Barcelona were using two pivots. In the build-up phase, the second line of Athletic Club was of three players, and Athletic Club's wide midfielder were operating in the half space. So the Athletic Club center midfielder was 2 versus 1 down in front of the pivots of Barca. Barca had the number advantage of 2 versus 1 player in the central areas. So if the Athletic Club center midfielder had committed on one of Barca's pivots, Barca's second pivot was free to receive the ball. Due to the 2v1 situation in front of the Athletic Club central midfielder, Athletic Club central midfielder was unable to cover Barca's pivot when Frankie de Jong was receiving the ball, and Barca's pivot were able to easily bypass the Athletic Club central midfielder. The Athletic Club had very large vertical depth between second line and third line, so when Barca's pivot was driving the ball, Barca's pivot had space and the Athletic Club defensive midfielder was being forced to press Barca's pivot. Due to the Athletic Club's wide and defensive midfielder being in the half-space zone, the Athletic Club had no midfielders in the wide zone to close down Barca's fullback. So when Barca's fullback was receiving the ball in the deep wide zone, the Athletic Club fullback was being forced to close down Barca's fullback. Now Athletic Club's fullback had committed on Barca's fullback, and the Athletic Club defense was being found to be 2 in transition. In open play, Barca were building the game in back two. The Athletic Club were doing press with sole man in open play, and Barca had the number advantage of 2 versus 1 players. So both the fullbacks of Barca could push high. In open play, the Athletic Club were defending by forming mid block. Due to the Athletic Club defending the mid block, Barca had the space in the wide zone, and Barca had naturally number advantage of 2 versus 1 player in the wide zone. As we discussed, Barcelona were using double pivots in the build-up phase, and Barca had 2 versus 1 player number advantage over the Athletic Club central midfielder. Later in the game, Athletic Club's defensive midfielder pushed high to create 2 versus 2 situation in front of Barca's pivot to neutralize the number advantage of 2 versus 1 player. But when the Athletic Club defensive midfielder was pushing high, Barca's striker and midfielder were maintaining the number advantage of 2 versus 1 player in front of Athletic Club's another defensive midfielder. When Barca's winger was receiving the ball, Barca's striker was drifting wide. If Barca's winger used to bypass the Athletic Club's left back, then Barca had the number advantage of 3 versus 2 players in the transition in front of the Athletic Club centre backs. The position of the Athletic Club defensive midfielder was central, and the 2 versus 1 situation in front of the Athletic Club defensive midfielder. Because the wide midfielder of the Athletic Club was committing on Barca's fullback, so when Barca's goalkeeper was switching the ball, Xavi was free in the wide zone to receive the ball. When Xavi was moving into the wide zone, no midfielder of the Athletic Club was covering Xavi, so the Athletic Club central defender was being forced to track back Xavi, and then Athletic Club defense was 3 versus 3 in transition as the Athletic Club central defender had committed on Xavi. In open play, Barca's striker was drifting wide. Because of Leva's drifting wide, Athletic Club central defender was being forced to defend wide, and the rest of the Athletic Club's defense was also being forced to defend wide. Xavi was central and he was holding the Athletic Club fullback, so when Barca was switching the ball from left hand side to right hand side, Barca had the number advantage of 2 versus 1-0.